Okay, so it's Wednesday the 24th of January and we're up at Monksdale Road. The weather isn't particularly great, but our spirits are absolutely up in the air because the work has now started about 10 days ago on the Monksdale Road bridge, and shortly we'll have a look at what's going on. To have a chat with us today, we've got Paddy Tully. Most people will know Paddy as the senior engineer and project manager for the two tunnels routes, and Julian Gear. And what's your full title, Julian?
I'm the site manager for Viaduct Contracting, who's undertaking the construction of the bridges.
Right, jolly good. Okay, how long will the work that we actually see around us actually take, do you think?
Well, we've been on site for a week and a half already, and I think the full programme's now 12 or 13 weeks, so it'll be complete the beginning of April. Right,
okay. So we should have it in place for the spring then?
Should do, yeah.
Which will be good. Excellent. Now, I mean, we're in the middle of winter, but has there been any effect on the wildlife or any of the birds around and about in the trees?
No, I mean, the work's been undertaken now primarily because in taking trees down this time of year, we don't affect nests of birds. You can see if there is any wildlife in the trees, so you can ensure that you're not going to damage anything when you're doing the works.
Great. Julian, it's Hydrock are the company that's actually doing the physical work on the bridge. I mean, generally, how do you think things are going so far?
So far, things are going well without putting a curse on proceedings so far. But as you can see behind me, the works have started. We're starting to raise the ground level, putting in all the required reinforcing and raising it in the processes required in line with the design. Things are good.
Right. So what are these guys actually? We can see the guy sitting in the digger and the guy doing the rolling. What's actually happening over there?
At the moment we're raising the ground level, building an embankment, a reinforced embankment for the bridge abutment, which is a concrete precast abutment that the actual bridge sits on. We're constructing that at the moment to bring the level up to the footpath required. The abutment will sit about just halfway between the front and the back of the area you can see that's been compacted and rolled, and it's going to be sitting to our left as we're looking at it now.
Yeah. Of
the lamppost. It will sit to the left hand side. So roughly the bridge will be coming through in approximately this alignment here.
Right. Wait, you're on.
This alignment through from roughly where the dumper is sat at the top.
Yeah.
With a slight kink coming down to join the path, and then coming straight through roughly where I am, in a line with the bridge abutment sat about halfway between where us and the theodolite is. And then the path will kink round to our left and then join up with the existing path at the top of the embankment.
And here we have a couple of tip trucks. They've just turned up with some spoil by the look of it. A lot more of this needed to actually build up the abutments to get the bridge up to the right height. Left hand down a bit. A tricky job. Now there's some very interesting roll of material here. Paddy, what does this stuff actually do? I believe it actually goes into the construction somehow.
Yeah. I mean, when Julian was talking about the reinforced earth slope they're building on at the moment on the other side of Monksdale Road, the reinforcement in itself is this, which is called a geogrid, which is a plastic mesh in effect, which is laid at regular intervals at heights through the infill material they're putting in. And what this does is interlocks all the particles and transfers, that makes the transfer of load much more efficient through the material, so that we can use less material and have steeper slopes than you otherwise would be able to if you were just using unreinforced earth.
I was just talking to Paddy about the fact that Susterans were looking to actually put a slope up to the path on the west side, but it's not actually possible to do that. Paddy, could you just talk us through what the problem is with the gas main and so on here?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's the gas main which runs through Linear Park, which actually runs. It will run on this side of the path, as it were, from where we're standing. And if we were to put the ramp in at a suitable gradient, say 1 in 20, which means it's suitable for everyone to use, people with pushchairs, people in wheelchairs, etc., we'd have to excavate quite a lot of material from the top of this embankment you can see here to enable us to get that ramp in. And in doing so, we'd expose the gas main. Obviously, that's not something we want to do. It's not
a good idea.
Not a good idea. So instead, what we'll be doing is just lowering the levels very slightly up here to enable the path and the bridge to come in at a good gradient, and then reducing the level of the steps. So we're probably taking the top 3 steps off, so there are less steps to go up. The steps themselves will be staying largely as they are. So on the right hand side, you can see here, there's a smooth slope, so people with bikes, etc., that wanted to access the path on this side could wheel them up the side of the steps, or alternatively there will be a ramp at 1 in 20 gradient on the eastern side, going up to the path, and then you can cross the bridge and come back this way.
Right, jolly good. And we'll just and there aren't that many steps up here. We'll just have a little wander up just to show people. So it's not that big a deal just to push your bike up if needs be. And there we are.